Hello. So water signs, this is going to be your weekly, well, I said collectives, water signs. This is going to be your weekly horoscope. Also, if you're not a water sign, you can always watch this to get a message. So I have recorded something for you guys. It was a long, oh my God, it was an hour long. Oh my God. But yeah, but the thing about it, somebody called me a stupid phone number, stupid scammer. I hate them scammers. Like, they really need to do something with their lives. Like, honestly, like. But anywho, hey, there's always a it's meant for somebody. So anywho, more this is your weekly reading. Okay, now your reading is very deep. I'm not gonna lie, what I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna keep recording because this is like y'all third video. Okay. I don't know if the second video is gonna pop up, but this is y'all third video. And I don't like the energy because the energy that I have for y'all videos is the energy that I had when I was back and forth on if I should pretty much open my Twitter, my pretty much make a Twitter for my tarot. It took me. I'm sorry, you guys. I hate popping my knuckles. That is such a bad habit. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Um. So, oh, I got my ring on. But the thing about it on my Twitter, I made my Twitter a good 9 times before I actually was. I kid y'all not. I was making Twitter. No, well, not. I'm dragging it. I think about four or 5 times because I was so nervous. I'm like, oh my God, and it wasn't. I was scared. It was just like, it was like I wanted just to make sure that I was very mature with my gift because I know the extent of readings. I know how readings are. You can give a reading to somebody and they can be depressed. They could be going through something. And if you are very irresponsible with your gift, you can literally send someone through a depression. And I'm a product of this, okay? Most things that I speak on, I've been through. You can send somebody through a depression. You know what I'm saying? You can, and that's why people have that clause on their, like, this is for entertainment purposes only. Because, you guys have to be careful when it comes to when you're in a vulnerable state and seeing a tarot reading because that tarot reading can tell you something so bad and it could send you down a spiral, literally. So that is why people put those clauses, this is for entertainment purposes only, because that can happen. So I was very nervous about that because I'm like, another thing, I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to, this is about people's lives, their paths in life. What if I send somebody down the wrong fucking path? I was so nervous. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't scared of what people would think I would be scared of. Like, I was scared of the things of like, for other people. I just wanted to make sure I don't mess someone's path up. So I was very nervous about that because I'm a very mature person. Don't get me wrong, I have my childish moments like everybody does, but I'm very mature when it comes to other people's feelings and stuff like that. Um, I never been that one like, oh, I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings. I like to tear somebody down to build myself up. Never been that type of bitch. Sorry. Excuse me, you guys. I don't mean to say bitch. I'm cursing, but never been that type of gal. That's never been me. No. That's not how I get my come up. And that's not how I get my feel good. Okay. So yeah, you guys. So basically I just kind of jumped into it. So water signs, this is going to be your reading for the weekly reading for like August through September the 3rd. Okay. If you're not a water sign, you can still get a message from this. Okay. So this is for the winner, the contest winner on my Twitter. My Twitter is Openwidewitch. I do my polls. I'm going to try to do them every Saturday. So on Saturdays, you can try to catch me, follow me, put your notifications on so you can be reminded. Every Saturday, I'm going to do the poll and I'm going to do the poll. But no, no, do the polls to where people can pick their elements and whoever is the winner gets a weekly reading. Okay. Um, so water signs situation where your communication is there's something where it's being revented. Okay, something is being is having a revention, and there's a feminine energy who is fighting for you, fighting and slaying your demons. Somebody, whoever the feminine energy is, they're fighting a masculine's or someone's demons. Okay, this person's just like, oh my God. I got a demon. Look at my hand. I'm holding my hand. And the lady just looking at him like, sir, I literally have a dragon on my foot. I'm slaying your dragon, so they don't even catch you. What are you doing? You're not even doing nothing. But water signs. This could be what you guys are kind of going through. You guys are helping someone slay their demons, okay? So Libra, I balance. It could be a Libra, or it could be a situation with a court case or a court of law in some form. Because I remember I pulled this, and I will pull this later on. But there's something about balancing, finding the balance in something. You guys are really at this moment where you guys are trying to find your equilibrium. And it could be with a relationship or somebody you really care about. It's a partnership, whether it's business, love, family, whatever the case may be. But I really feel like this is a romantic relationship, though. Because, I mean, look at this. Like, look at this. I hope you're not looking at your cousin. I was like that, but I'm just saying. But, like, no, for real. I'll just sound like, I feel like this is romantic thing where you guys are trying to balance something. You guys are trying to help somebody out of something, or someone is trying to help you out of something. So this is the thing. This is where it's always dragged. So water signs. You guys are dealing with something that is very deeper than you can even imagine, okay? This card, Aquarius card, I had this card when I was going through a certain time in my life where I didn't understand why I was feeling certain things, but I just know I was feeling them. So you have to know the difference between what your heart is giving you signs on, and what you're thinking. You got to know the difference between your soul, your heart, and your mind, and your spirit. Okay, so basically, what you guys are going through, I feel like you guys are going through a spiritual transformation. Okay, because the World card, it's about opportunities for your career. Okay, 10th house is about. I feel like you guys are dealing with something where you are enlightened, or you have people that are watching you. Okay, somebody is watching you when it comes to your career. Or I feel like, because remember, this talk about 10th house. So 10th house is like your birth chart. So this is really something of like your purpose, I feel. This card deck, this deck I have is the Black Moon Tarot. It has I think it's like a Sagittarius type of vibe, but this really gives me Capricorn. This really gives me a Capricorn feel. It has the depiction of Sagittarius, like expansion. But the cards, the vibe of the cards are like birth chart. Like, this is your birth chart. This is your purpose. This is something that is destined for you. It gives me Capricorn, hard lessons, learning hard lessons, okay? But you're just learning hard lessons in a way of how to expand yourself. So I feel like you guys are dealing with the situation of your purpose, your career. And there is something that you know about your soul, okay? Your soul knows something. You know what they call deja vu? Deja vu, they say past lives. Past life is like you've had a past life and now you're in this life, and your past life trickles into this life. What I mean by that is your soul, okay? Your soul in some form knows about your past life. And it gives you signals, like if you're in a place, if you meet somebody, if you smell a scent, if you eat a certain food, if you're if you do something on a certain path, it's like, I've been here before. I know you. I've tasted this food before. It's like deja vu. And it's because it is. It's something where in your past life, you've been in this situation before. You've been in this place. You've known this person. You've experienced something before, and your soul knows this, but you don't know it. Because I remember talking to my husband. I was telling him, baby, we have a past life together. Okay, he was like, and he did make sense. He was like, that's kind of scary, because you got to think about it. If you had a past life, you don't even fully know your whole past life, but your soul does. And your soul gives you increments, like that deja vu feeling, like you've been here before. You've known this person before, okay? So the thing is, it's clarified by the 10th house, the world, your opportunity, your career. So there is a situation where your soul knows a purpose that you guys are meant for, okay? When it comes to your career, okay? So you guys might have people watching you, or this is something you're enlightened about. It could be both. You can be enlightened about it, and there could be people that are watching you. Another thing, I told my mama this before. Mom, when good things are about to happen to you, when something big is about to happen to you, people's souls know. Just as your soul know, okay? You're not the only one. You know what I'm saying? Your soul knows something is coming. You have a purpose for a certain career. These people also, they could have been in your past life. They know when this purpose is about to come for you. Their soul knows. They don't, because I know the difference from, oh my God, I'm having a negative thought or I'm thinking something, instead of, oh my God, I'm feeling something and I don't know why I'm feeling it. I can't even explain it. That's your soul. That's your soul. Your mind is when you're thinking something and you know it's negative and you try to push it away. Or you just thinking something, okay? So, you guys, people can be oppositions with this, okay? Because if you look at this eye, I don't really, this eye, it just looks a little nosy. It's a little invasive to me, okay? It's like a world with, it's like a map. It's supposed to be a map, but it looks like an eye, okay? And it's like somebody knows something. They don't, it's like a Da Vinci code of knowing. It's like you don't know how you know, but you just know. And there's no way to explain this, but it's a soul thing. Somebody's, just as your soul knows, another person's soul knows when some good is about to come for you. So the thing is, this is you. This is you. You're going on your path. A stranger comes on your path. It's like, you don't get your week, like you don't get the freak on, and then boom. Remember, I was telling you, just as your soul knows that you're on a certain path, okay, other people's souls know too. Not only are these just people of strangers, because look, you see how you just knock that stranger down? It's like, you can't do nothing to me. You can't penetrate my heart. You can't touch me. Like, you can't stop me. But this big tall thing that's taller than you, this is your family and your friends, okay? So you like, hold on, Jerome, what is you doing, folks? What's going on, Jerome? Don't you see me going to my destiny, my path? What are you doing? And you taller than me, folk? I don't even know if I can knock you down. So the thing about it, I like to use Drake, okay? Because I say this because Drake, let me tell you something. When Drake was wanting to be a rapper, you guys might want to be a rapper, a singer, artist, model, whatever the case may be. You guys might even want to be a tarot reader, anything. You guys might want to be an entrepreneur, whatever the case may be. Drake wanted to be a rapper. He told his mom. His mom said, I don't think you can do that. Simple as plain. That could have hurt him. This is his mom. She's taller than him. Your family, your friends, they can penetrate your heart. So they have more weight than this stranger that is like, what, this little to you? Like literally. They're you can knock them over. You can't really knock this big thing over, okay? That is the weight that your family and your friends hold for you, okay? So when they get in your way, it's like, oh my God, Jerome, what you doing, folks? But no, literally. And don't take this personal, water signs this week, because the thing about it is, people, they don't understand sometimes why they're doing it. They just feel compelled to do it. So just like Drake's mom, she probably didn't even think of it. She probably didn't even mean no harm. But little did she know that really could have set him down a downward spiral, and we couldn't even have a Drake. We wouldn't even have Drake. And I say this because he said, basically, he said it in the songs before, but this is Drake's mom. Drake, you can't do it. And it's like, dang, mom, that's hurtful. But I'm just going to have to walk past you. And I'm just going to have to keep going. Okay? And you're just going to have to stay there and watch me win. Because when I did do the video, this was right here. This was right here. And I'm going to implement this in a minute. But, yeah. It's like, you're just going to have to stay there stuck and watch me win, mom. And Libra. And then it's on Libra justice. You're going to receive your balance, your justice for this situation, okay? But that is how certain things happen. Certain people have contracts. Even your family and your friends have contracts to kind of derail you on your path. Because you got to think about it. God has I like to call it a very funny sense of humor, okay? He knows what he's doing, okay? It's like, look, I know a stranger ain't gonna do nothing to you, but your family, your friends, that's gonna be a that's gonna be a big obstacle for you. Are you really wanting what you want to be able to pass that up? Pass that up, go around it, and still go to your mission, go to your purpose, and fulfill your mission. Okay? So you got to think about it. That is going to happen. And don't take it personal if your family or your friends become kind of an opposition or an obstacle on your path. Because I mean, a stranger is not going to do nothing for you. God is really trying to see, God, your angels are trying to see if you really want this. If you really want this. You know you feel it. You know it's something in your soul. You don't understand. And then also you guys might have a partner. Because you have 2 people in 3 of these. The only one you don't have is the truth be told, these are people too who you can't see because they're watching you when it comes to your opportunity. So you also might be partnered up with someone. It could be a romantic person in some form. But I do feel, water signs, this person is going to be very helpful for you, okay? This person is going to be there with you through thick and thin. They might not always help you the best how you want them to, but they're going to be with you through it all, okay? So yeah. So Aquarius, I know. This card, and it's a card in the T deck. It's 2 cards that are very important to me that I always will remember. And that's the card in here. It's called Boss Daddy, because that was the card that let me know, hey, you are about to have a man come on your path. Okay, and this is a man that is going to be a family man, because I was doing tarot readings and it was basically saying, hey, you're about to have a kid, and it's a child that is ready to come, and you have to find somebody who is going to be a good man for this situation. So it just kept implementing, like, you need to find a family man, a man that is stable, a man that is good, a man that is kind, all that, like, that is going to be there for you. Longevity, not going to leave, not playing no games. And I guess it was because apparently, yeah, just I went through a certain thing, okay? And I will say this. At a time, I was with someone. I ended up what I call a transition, okay? And I went to my husband that that I have now. I'm here with it, and I'm still here, okay, and gonna be here forever. But no, I went to him because I'm like, you know what, my tarot readers is telling me I need to find a good man. This is a good man. I'm gonna go to him. And I swear to God, I am so grateful that my child connected with me, and I was able to do my tarot readings. That was like giving me the warning and heads up. Because if not, I would have been in a whole different situation, and it would have been, oh my God, I couldn't imagine going through what I went through with my pregnancy with the other guy. Because my husband now, he handled that like, he just, wow. It was a lot that I went through. And he was there for me. And yeah. So now that was the Boss Daddy card. But this card, Aquarius, I know. I had this card for when it was a situation where pretty much I basically didn't feel like college was for me anymore. It was very hard, very rocky for me. That Will Smith moment where he was just like, you know, man, what if I don't amount to nothing? What if, I just feel like basically, oh my God, I'm a failure. Like, what if I'm gonna be a bum ass bitch? Like, basically like that. So I was also at that moment when that happened, I started noticing that I was getting a little sensitive. And I mean sensitive by emotionally and spiritually sensitive. Every little thing would trigger me. It was making me cry. Like, and I was not a really sensitive person. I'm a very caring, sweet person, but I'm not sensitive, I would say. I'm very strong. But I was very vulnerable and weak. And I said this in the last video that cut me off. Well, the scammer basically called me. And also, you guys, yeah, it might be people that I watch. Another thing I want to say, though, I was talking about my Twitter where I posted it 8 times before I actually did my Twitter. I was very nervous about that. I'm not going to lie. The 2 videos that I posted, the first video, I ended it because I was like, oh my God, I don't like it. I'm telling too much of my story, and I just feel it's very invasive. The Scorpio in me started kicking in. And I was just like, I don't like it. I don't want to tell, like, you know, I don't like that. So then the second time, I told everything, but the scammer called and messed up the video. It is something. Let me tell you something. My Twitter, it took me 5 tries, 5 times to do my Twitter before I actually just was like, okay, we're going to do this. And it has opened up a whole new world for me. It is my purpose. I definitely feel that. My video that I did, you guys, water signs, this week, there are people that are watching you. They know that your purpose. They know that you have something big that is coming for you. They know that you have something big that is going to be your testimony. And people are being very nosy, very invasive, and they're trying to fuck with you. Simple and plain, okay? I'm going to just tell you that right now. They're trying to fuck with you. Don't let it happen. And it's not going to happen, okay? If you're watching my channel and you're my babies, I'm not going to let that happen. So, yeah. Now, what I was saying, I went through that crisis. I call it the 20s midlife. The 20s, I didn't know where the fuck I was going in life. So, not only that, I was going through me that was very catty. So, that kind of, I'm sorry, you guys. That amps what I call, there's a difference. You have depression and you have spiritual transformation. Depression is when you're numb, you don't have any feelings, you don't feel anything. You're just depressed, okay? There's a testimony in depression also. But with a spiritual transformation, you know you're in a spiritual transformation when you're sensitive about everything. It's like you're so open, you're so vulnerable. You're like a newborn baby. A newborn baby, what does a newborn baby do? They cry about everything. You're crying about everything. You definitely cannot watch the news. When I was going through my spiritual transformation, news was everywhere. Oh my God. That was the worst thing I could have watched. But I was in a household where I was living with, people. I was living with my peoples. So they used to always watch the news. And that was the worst thing for me to watch at that time. I was very vulnerable. I was very open. They didn't even understand what I was going through. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I kind of feel with religion and spirituality is totally different, because my grandmother is a God-fearing woman, very beautiful person, very kind-hearted person, the sweetest person you could ever meet in your life. And don't get me wrong, them prayers go up to God very quick when it comes to her, okay? So I do know she's very close to God, but this is the thing. My grandmother did not understand what I was going through. I feel like you're a Christian, you are religious. How can you not understand that I was going through a spiritual transformation? But this is the thing, like I said, water signs, do not take that personal, because my grandmother never went through a spiritual transformation, okay? She does not know what the fuck a spiritual transformation is. My grandmother does know what depression is, okay? She knows what depression is. None of my family went through what I went through. I went through basically a mental breakdown. I kid you not. And let me tell y'all something. If somebody would have told me a while ago, girl, before it happened, girl, you're going to go through a mental breakdown, I would have been like, bitch, you can get the fuck on. Like, do you know who I am, bitch? I'm the strongest bitch that you know. Literally. But no, I was the first person in my family that I've ever known to go have a mental breakdown. Literally. I kid you not. My grandma does not know that. If you haven't went through it, you can't help someone through that because you don't know how it feels. You don't know what even the fuck to do. I didn't even know what I was going through. And then another thing, if you're to know if you're depressed or having a spiritual transformation is a thin line though. One thing I kept saying, I kept crying, and it was so much shit. And also, it was, like I said, it was other shit going on too that was just unnecessary. It was not even cause for. Things just got bigger than they were supposed to. Like, got bigger than what it needed to. Like, first of all, not even needed to be. It was just shit that was just, people were putting their own perspectives on what I was going through, my spiritual transformation, and it got corrupted into something just. And water signs, I do feel like that's not gonna happen for y'all though. But it got corrupted into what it didn't need to be. Okay. I just, I needed help, but it's very hard because the people that can help, that are helping you, don't know what the fuck I didn't even know what the fuck I was going through. So this is the thing. I felt like my grandma's a God-fearing woman. How do you not know I'm going through spiritual transformation? But she didn't know because she's never been through that. And they don't teach that in church. They don't teach that in church. They don't teach it. I don't understand why. It's a religious factor. It's about the Bible. They talk about all the stuff in the Bible. And another thing I never understood, Revelations. They always say the pastors should only go to that Bible. I read the whole thing of Revelations. I sure did. Because I'm like, why? I don't understand it. Oh my God. My grandma on my dad's side, if she was hearing me talking, she would like, that's me. Like, that's me, you just like me. But anywho, no, I'm like, I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand none of it. So, and that's why I definitely feel I understand when spiritual people say, when you're in spirituality, you're woken. Because if you're in religion, you gotta be a little asleep. I'm sorry. And I'm not offending anybody who is in religion because, like I said, my grandma's a God-fearing woman. I love her, but when you are religious, you have to be a little asleep. I'm sorry. Religion is just really control. It's a bunch of control. But spirituality, you are awakened. So I'm able to know this, identify a spiritual transformation versus depression. Okay. Yeah. So basically, I was going through that and things were happening. My grandma didn't know how to help me. My mom didn't know how to help me. Then after that, I started going through spiritual attacks. I was having nightmares. Not even a nightmare, but I was having this dream. And it was like a TV. You pause the TV and you press play. You pause and you press play. Every time I would go to sleep, I would go back to that same part of the dream that it ended at. And I could not stop this dream until I finished the whole thing. This dream, it was like the whole dream, everybody was speaking backwards. And I remember this girl, I remember Aaliyah. She, and my mom calls me baby girl. Anybody that truly knows me knows my mama calls me baby girl. If you don't know my mama call me baby girl, you don't really know me. But my mama calls me baby girl, and I really always gravitated towards Aaliyah. I really liked Aaliyah, but I even on my Instagram, I only follow 15 people. I think it's Tupac, Aaliyah, and 𝗀𝗺 is the only celebrities that I follow. But Aaliyah, I remember she said something before she died. And let me tell you something, spiritual transformation, it can take you out. You can literally be taken out by, but that's not going to happen, water signs. Don't worry about it because I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm going to give y'all the blueprint on how to not make that happen. But just walk with me, talk with me, okay? So in her dream, she said, and it was the same feeling of that dream. The person, I remember it was like, if y'all ever watched like Tomb Raider, I used to play this game. Y'all remember the artificial, like ancient, like back in time, the Mayan times type stuff. I was in that kind of land. It was like I was in a place where it was abandoned, and it was like ancient artifacts. It was like that, like the Tomb Raider, literally. And I remember being behind this brick thing, and I remember it was like the artifacts was like green, the dirt on it and stuff like that. It was like green, all types of stuff. I just remembered the part of the dream I mainly remember. It was talking back. Something was everything was in backwards. It was reverse language. It was not like I'm speaking English. Everything was in reverse. And it was like I was understanding, but I couldn't understand it at the same time. But I just knew something was chasing me. And I was so scared of it. I'm talking about terrified, like and I'm not even a scary person, like at all. But like I was so terrified in that dream. I was running from it. I was trying to run from it. It was chasing me. And I remember Leah said her last interview that she did, she was like, she had a dream. And it was something that was chasing her. But in her dream, an angel kind of like guided her and helped her or something like that. She said that didn't happen in my dream. That didn't happen in my dream. And I think that was kind of her message, her fair warning of, her demise was about to come. Pretty much. Like not them. What the fuck? Her death. I'm sorry. I don't like how I said that. But I didn't have that part in my dream where the angel rescue me or something like that. I didn't have that part. I kind of had to save myself in my dream, literally. So which is apparently why I'm still alive today. So now after that, I went into a whole mental breakdown. I wasn't talking. I wasn't eating. I wasn't driving. I wasn't doing anything. I was literally in a shell. No one was home. The lights was off. It was just, it. I'm telling y'all, if y'all wouldn't even been able to recognize me. Um, but I grew from that. And I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard for me to even talk about it. You know, I don't like to talk about it, but apparently this is something that y'all have to know, because y'all kind of are might deal with the same thing, and hopefully y'all don't have to deal with how I dealt, like how I had to go through it. Um, but it was also little like it was other factors in it too that just worsened it. But that's neither here nor there. Um, and I came out of it though, by the grace of God, my angels and my ancestors. I came out of it, but it was a long, long journey. It took me a good, I'd say maybe a year and a half, maybe two. I think I'm dragging it. I think it might have been longer. I was literally at the point of, we might have to take this girl to like a mental institution, because she's not. It's like, hello, hello, are you there? Like the lights are off, literally. And I was going through something that, man, nothing. It's just, it's something that's out of this world. It's a spiritual transformation. Man didn't know about it. People in the church didn't. Is not going to understand it. Um, spiritual people, if you only, you have to been through it to understand it. And the thing about a spiritual transformation, depression does the same thing. You know, depression, you come out of depression, you have the testimony, I came out of that, whoop de whoop. But a spiritual transformation, it's literally like you have to go through something. What the hell is wrong with my, but you have to go through something to get to your purpose, okay? And it's like you are like a child, you're a little baby. Your spirit goes from a newborn. It literally is a newborn, and it has to develop and grow up for what's to come, for your future and your career, or not your career, but your purpose, okay? Or possibly the career that you're doing is going to be your purpose. But yeah, I had to spiritually develop and grow. It was the hardest thing. It was even very even